Right now, there are more connected devices than there are people.
Well, we're in an era of great expectations now.
So our entire industry is turning itself inside out.
It is about a fundamental change in the business model.
Connected customers are a big thing that we're looking at a lot nowadays. I'm on 24/7, I've got endless numbers of devices and tablets and laptops, and I'm connected to the cloud, and I'm using endless social media channels, and I'm constantly WhatsApping and messaging and IMing. It's now available to everybody, and we're seeing that in underdeveloped parts of the world. Consumer and the customer is now on us all the time, so our entire industry is turning itself inside out to have to keep up with this pace of demand. It's exponentially increasing on a second by hour by daily basis. It creates huge challenges. I think that's our biggest worry and pain point is servicing the connected consumer, because their demands are insane and never ending. It also creates huge opportunity.
The connected customer doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to have a frustrating experience. They want to go from desire to fulfillment with no stops. Every time they want to do something, anything, whether that's get from point A to point B, whether that's order dinner, or whether that's shop for Christmas, they want to have that experience to be friction-free. Right now, there are more connected devices than there are people. We're talking 8.4 billion connected devices as of this year, which is a 30% year-on-year growth. We're looking at in the neighborhood of 20 billion connected devices by 2020.
Well, we're in an era of great expectations now. Companies these days need to put the customer at the heart of what they do. They need to acknowledge that they need to personalise the experience or what they're offering to the customer to differentiate themselves in a crowded market. Companies today need to have modern systems to enable them to interact seamlessly with the connected customer. A lot of companies that I go and see these days do not have the systems in place, and that can lead to a lot of frustration by the connected customer and a lot of frustration by the consumer about how they're being treated.
It is not just about systems, it is about a fundamental change in the business model. There is a fundamental shift from offering product to providing a service or an outcome, because ultimately that's what the customer values and measures. Philips Lighting is a great example of a company that has moved from providing a product to providing an outcome. For example, at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, they actually deliver lighting as a service. And what that effectively means is they've taken ownership of the ambience and the lumens, which is the measure of light. It is now their responsibility to deliver that service.
The servitization of the customer experience and the connected customer is pervasive now across all ways of life. In Ocado, for example, in a retail environment, whenever you access it from your mobile or ring them up, they know exactly what you've bought, what you're thinking of buying, and what you are going to buy in the future before you actually know it yourself.
I think we're at the beginning of the revolution of products becoming services. Large capital goods, agricultural equipment, aircraft engines have been doing this for years. The high street is lagging behind. There's an unmet demand for having that latest, newest piece of technology as a service.
The biggest trend that we're tracking and looking at now is personalisation, which for consumers is wonderful, but for the industry is enormous. And trying to manage that degree of personalisation on such a massive scale becomes a huge opportunity, but a huge organisational and infrastructure challenge.
The challenges that businesses are facing is delivering this mass personalization in a sustainable way. They have to be better at anticipating the customer's needs. They have to be starting ahead of the demand from the customer. I think a lot of businesses are, at the moment, focusing a lot on the technology, but perhaps are lagging a bit behind on getting ahead of their customers.